Hi. Yes, everybody, I'm back. I'm wearing this Lakers hat because it's the 10-year anniversary of Kobe's 5th championship. Everybody give it up for him. Yes, I didn't choose this to be the anniversary. It just happened. I had to put this on. It wasn't really my choice. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? For the Celtics fans out there, it was simply, bad luck. But regardless, yes, today I'm back. It's been a couple weeks, I believe. 2 weeks? Something like that. But a lot's been going on during my little hiatus, I guess. I recently graduated, as you guys know. COVID's been going on. COVID's been kicking everybody behind. And then racism. It's unreal, what's going on right now. And a lot of people are kind of like indifferent. Like, it's like, oh, well, I mean, it's not that deep. It doesn't really matter, but it's that deep. I hate to say it. And the thing is, what I realized while I was gone, I had to sit down and talk to a lot of different people, a lot of people from like high school or people from different things that I was in, different teams, clubs, whatever. They were like, they just didn't know. They didn't really understand that this stuff happens all the time, or this is something that we live through all the time. Like, they're in a totally different bubble, which, oh my gosh, did you hear that? There was just was that an earthquake? Yeah, it's a lot of people that really just simply don't understand what's going on. They don't really get it. They don't really see this as a systemic issue. They see it as, well, George Floyd thing was wrong, but you shouldn't be burning and looting, which is a whole nother story. I posted about it on Instagram. And the video proof. A lot of our friends, our white allies, amen, have been starting these fires, have been starting the looting, starting the riots, have been infiltrating and trying to agitate protests. I actually witnessed that myself when I went to a protest. I've been to four different protests in 2 different states. And one of them, everything was totally peaceful. Nobody even had nails long enough to scratch anything. Nothing, no scratch, no trash was left after we were done. It was so peaceful and perfect, right? That's the majority of the protest. You don't see that on the news because that doesn't give you clicks, you know what I mean? Just as a news source, I graduated in communications, you know what I mean? They're not gonna post a peaceful protest. That is nothing for them as far as revenue. So, you don't see it. But there was a dude in the crowd trying to like agitate it, trying to like, oh, did you see the cops push that black dude into the cop car? I'm like, first of all, sweetie, we're all right here. We would have seen it, we would have heard it, sweetie. At least if you're gonna try to like rile us up to loot or riot, make it a believable lie, sweetie. You did a horrible job with that lie. You did. And so, it's a lot of people trying to do that type of stuff. And he was trying to talk to other people, but everyone's like, don't listen to this dude. On the other videos, you see them chanting like, eat the rich, eat the rich. I'm like, wait, pause. That's the wrong protest. You showed up for the wrong one. We're protesting something totally different. They're eating the rich, eat the rich, smashing stuff, hitting stuff with their skateboards, and it's all on video. It's a lot of white people. Something just happened in Atlanta the other day. They actually shot another unarmed dude. Yet again, right? Police. And then they burned down the Wendy's. The black mayor up there, y'all shouldn't be burning down y'all cities. Come to find out, it's a white lady that burnt it down.
Look at this white girl. Look at the white girl trying to set shit on fire. Look at the white girl trying to burn down the Wendy's. This wasn't us. This wasn't us.
We have it on video, and they're actually trying to offer a reward for anybody that can find our white sister. But you tune into Fox News or CNN, you would never know that. You would never know that. You would sit there and think that, these Black Lives Matter people are looting and rioting, they're horrible. Because you listen to these very biased things. I like to compare those channels to my channel. I mean, look at me. This is a Laker channel. Point blank, period. Okay, this is a Laker commentary channel. This is not an NBA news channel. There's a lot of NBA news channels on YouTube where they just talk about the news. Maybe they might give their insight at the end, but like, you're going there for facts, boom, boom, that's it. Me, you come in here for commentary and entertainment and all that stuff. I'm not here, you know what I mean? I do spit facts, I'm not gonna lie, and I am the Laker prophet. I'm not gonna lie, but you look at the titles, Laker fan react, Laker, this is biased. This is literally like a Fox News, like Lakers, or a CNN Lakers. It's clearly on one side. You guys listen to that and actually think it's fair and balanced news. What is wrong? Are you okay? Do I need to take your temperature? Do I need to call the FDF for COVID? FDC? I can't remember. Dr. Fauci, do I need to? Come on now. You think that that's fair and balanced news? I mean, come on. Let's look at what Laura Ingraham had to say about LeBron speaking out about things, and then Drew Brees. Let's take a look.
It's always unwise to seek political advice from someone who gets paid $100 million a year to bounce a ball. Oh, and LeBron and Kevin, you're great players, but no one voted for you. Millions elected Trump to be their coach. So keep the political commentary to yourself, or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
Well, he's allowed to have his view about what kneeling and the flag means to him. I mean, he's a person. He has some worth, I would imagine. I mean, this is beyond football, though. This is totalitarian.
What's the big difference between LeBron and Drew Brees? You know, do I need to spell it out, or like, are you kind of slowly but surely getting it? You know, these people are very biased. They're very hypocritical on both sides of the news spectrum, and you guys get your news from that. So I'm not shocked that you don't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? It's other people that are saying, you know what I mean, like these large athletes, they're complaining about this. They're so privileged. I can't believe they're saying this, which is crazy, because that's financial privilege, which anybody in this world can attain. That's not the problem. There is also a racial privilege. And we see that in cases with that NFL star who was in the middle of the plaza shopping with his daughters, and shots go off, boom, boom, boom. Everybody hits the ground, everybody's running. The police come and tackle him immediately. No idea who did it, no idea what happened. The police come and tackle him, put a gun in his neck. He wrote about the experience, talking about he thought he was gonna die in front of his daughters. It was a very traumatic experience. Mind you, he's probably the richest one in that plaza. He's an NFL player. According to you guys, he's the most privileged one in the area, correct? So then why was he the one singled out and they thought that he did it? Oops, they said, oops, never mind, you're not the one. And they ran off to get the actual suspects. There are some very poor Caucasian individuals and other individuals that were there that were more privileged in him in that moment. They were privileged enough to walk away from that situation without their lives being put in danger at all. Very privileged. But I thought, according to you guys, finances is the only thing that makes you privileged, and that's the main thing, so people that are rich can't complain. I'm confused. Well, I mean, there was also another instance that was caught on camera in a riot. These black business owners were trying to protect their business from looters and rioters, and in this case, the rioters and looters happened to be white. Again, caught on camera. It was actually a live newscast. White people were trying to break into the store. The black people were fighting them to try to keep them out their business. The police came over, all of a sudden started arresting the black individuals. The white people ran away. The reporter was like, oh my gosh, no, I think it was a white reporter or somebody. And she was like, no, it was them. The looters are getting away, the looters are getting away. And they just kept on handcuffing the black people just because they assumed they were the ones that were looting. But I thought, according to you guys, privilege is tied to money only. I'm confused. Regardless, you know what I mean? This is a systemic issue. This is a problem that has been existing in this country for a long time. Remember, police departments did not exist before slavery. Where did they derive from? Slave patrols. And you can look this up on Google. Google is free. I promise you, it does not cost a thing to look this up. Police departments were derived from slave patrols. They were catching runaway slaves. That's where the star and the badge, that design comes from, runaway slave patrol. Yes, and so they started to form into actual police departments shortly before slavery was abolished, quote unquote, and the laws and stuff were put in place, the black codes, Jim Crow laws. Once again, you can look all this stuff up. I promise you, I didn't make it up. I give you my word. They were all designed to put black people in jail. They were able to do free labor in there, so it's kind of like a second slavery type of thing. So they wanted black people back in there. Once again, back then they didn't really like black people. I don't know if you noticed that. They didn't really like us. Wow! So they actually tried to put as many people in jail as they could to get that free slave labor and just to get rid of the blacks. Let's get rid of the blacks. And so it has derived into what it has been today. Those are the origins of it. I think it would be very naive to think that those days are over. They totally changed their ways, and now it's just peachy keen. I'm not really one for like emotions and like, oh, I just feel like, I don't know, because my cousin's a cop, and I just feel like it's just not, I'm sorry about feelings so deep in my feelings. I'm not really one of those. I'm really a logical individual that just looks at facts. You know what I mean? For example, looking at the number of police that kill black people versus police that kill white people, and people love to say more white people are killed annually than blacks by police. Which, once again, it just hurts my brain. I hate feeling like I'm super smart and I'm smarter than people, but then I'd be looking, I'm like, dang, you said that? You don't know that the white people are in the overwhelming majority in this country? Which percentage of people in this country are white? So of course it's gonna be a larger number of people that have police interaction in general. However, per capita, there are more black people killed. Black people take up less of the country's population, but a lot more per capita. If you don't know what that means, just look that up. Once again, free. But the police do kill more black people per capita than white people. That's the issue, and that's systemic, going back to where it all started from, you know? And then the other one that people love to bring up is black on black crime. Why are you guys so mad at this but not so mad at black on black crime? Which also something that makes my brain hurt. Right now it's actually kind of aching a little bit because I just imagined someone saying that and my brain just started aching, because to me I like to debate. I'm really someone who loves debating just in general. That point was so like weak and bad, it just makes me sad for people that believe that, because it's just like, wow. I mean, on no level did that work. First of all, just statistics wise, once again, you can look this up. The FBI published the statistics saying that white on white crime is about on par with black on black crime. Per year, white people kill white people at the same rate that black people kill black people. So this whole, what about black on black crime? This has been pushed by certain groups. It helps certain narratives. The white on white crime doesn't really help your narrative, I guess, so you just don't mention it. Or maybe people just didn't know. Fox News, I know, likes to push the whole black on black crime narrative. Chicago, look at Chicago. You guys are mad at Chicago. I've heard that from them multiple times. I like to watch all angles so I see what's going on, right? And so, first of all, I'm not either side, by the way. So don't get me wrapped up in that. I don't care about this side, that side, Democrat, Republican. I think that's just... But Fox News has definitely pushed that narrative, and a lot of people just consume Fox News or consume CNN or whatever, so they consume that narrative as well. Well, black on black, so they should be mad about that equally. But the statistics show that it's the same. We just don't bring that up. That's just on you. But if you had looked up the statistics, the information, once again, I'm more for the facts. I'm not for the emotions and I just feel like Chicago and Tucker Carlson will whine. I don't really care. Look at the facts, sweetie. And that's just that. So on that level, you're wrong with the black on black crime argument. Number two, crime has to do with proximity and opportunity. Okay, point blank period. For example, if I'm black and I live in a black neighborhood and I need to steal and rob to survive, I'm not gonna go and travel miles to go rob someone else. I'm just gonna rob my neighbor. I'm gonna rob someone over here because I just need this money to put food on my table, whatever. That's the fact. If I'm Caucasian and I live in a Caucasian neighborhood, most times I'm not gonna sit there and drive down to somewhere else to go and steal and rob and stuff because they're a different race than me. I just need food, I need money. I'm just gonna go steal from this store over here because I'm gonna go shoplift from this mall because it's in my neighborhood. It's proximity and opportunity. These things, white on white crime, black on black crime, that's not actually about race itself. It's just crimes that happen to this race by this race. That's it. Crime is something of proximity and opportunity. It's not motivated usually by race. I have yet to see a black person with a manifesto that kill a bunch of black people and they go and slaughter a bunch of black people. You know what I mean? I have yet to see that. So this whole black on black crime thing and comparing it to police killing black people is also just, I don't want to say like stupid because that's harsh, but it's just a little bit like slower, you know, to think that way. I don't want to be like offensive, but you can't be sick, like, you know what I mean? Because these people are sworn to protect you, sworn to protect and serve, and they're killing people, not even giving them access to a fair trial. I'm sorry, it's, you know what I mean? That doesn't have any correlation to civilians killing each other, whatever color. White person kills a black person kills a white kills a black, white kills a white, Mexican kills an Asian. No correlation. None of them are sworn to protect and serve you. That's just like saying, wow, this politician was caught lying and giving federal secrets to overseas and a federal enemy. And then you bring up the point, well, I'm sorry, but we've all done that. We've all given secrets and gossiped. Like, I'm sorry, but those two things aren't equal, right? I mean, am I serious? A federal official giving secrets to an enemy of the country, and you're gonna bring up the point that everybody gossips? That's the same thing you just said. Police are killing black people at a crazy rate. I mean, black people kill black people all the time. It's like, I'm sorry, does that equate to anything? And we've proven that they killed each other at the same rate that white people do. So your point works on 0 level, sweetie, you know? So once again, it's just a lot. It's a lot that people don't understand. They don't understand, they don't get it. It's a lot about narrative that people don't understand. They don't really get that we are seen as more threatening and scary. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if I have a college degree. You know what I mean? My brother has a college degree. He actually studied marine biology in the Virgin Islands, US Virgin Islands, St. Thomas to be exact. And then he ended up coming back here and getting his degree in marine science education and working as an educator at a big time aquarium. I'm not gonna expose it, but he did, amen. And wow. You know, people still kind of look at him as threatening because he has locks. And he's going on his way to get his master's and PhD. But he's considered a threat. People would look at him and be nervous if something popped off first, probably. You know what I mean? I remember the first time we were followed around in the store. Mind you, I've never stolen anything, guys. Never in my life. And we were followed around in the store. My brother was like 13, I believe I was 12. We were walking around in the store, and my brother was like, look, they're following us. The employees following us. I was like, why would they? Me having no clue. I'm a 12-year-old girl just living in my 12-year-old world. I don't know anything about this. He's 13, you know what I mean? Or it was either 12, 13, or 11 and 12, regardless. But I had no idea, so I'm like, no, they're not. Why would they be following us? He's like, come look. So we walked to this side of the store. It's a very small store in Las Vegas, actually, on the strip. It was a shoe store. And we walked over there. Lo and behold, imagine the shock on my face. I see homegirl, she was Caucasian. She gonna walk over here, fiddling with the box. She gonna do this. She gonna do this. Lift up the box. She was like this. I'm like, oh my, so what is she doing? And my brother was like, look, see, she's not even fixing anything. She'll just follow us anyway. She's like, look, we moved again. She did the same thing. Me, I'm like looking at my brother. I'm like, what? Why is she following us? Why is she doing that? My brother gonna say, she thinks we're stealing. I was like, why would she think that? We don't even have, not only do we not have hoodies, we didn't have backpacks, nothing. I don't get how we could have stolen, but she just thought we were stealing, I guess. I don't know why. She thought we looked suspicious. And so my brother's like, come on, let's just go. And I was just like, dang, these people really thought we stole. My mind moved on from it because I'm young, you know what I mean? I'm happy-go-lucky, we're in Vegas. But that was my first encounter. Clearly my brother had more because he already knew what it was, right? Isn't that kind of crazy? Little black boy, right? And this has happened to me multiple times since then. Definitely gotten followed around, especially the beauty supply store. It's like a lot of Asian people that own beauty supply stores that I've seen. A lot of times I go that's owned by Asians, and all the products are like for black people. It's like African hair, this. And they gonna follow you around like you stealing. How are you gonna own something for blacks and then be suspicious of every black? Wow. They gonna follow me around. I'm not stealing from you, sis. It's $3 for this bottle. I have $3, right? And that's the same narrative that actually caused George Floyd, who we know they called the police because they thought he was paying with counterfeit money. Ooh, he probably has fake money. It was a $20 bill or was it a check or something like that. Fake money, they thought. Ended up not being fake, but because she assumed that, oh, he probably can't pay for this. Let me go ahead. I think this is counterfeit. 911, gonna call him knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Just because she thought, oops, she had this wrong perception of him. So this is stuff that happens all the time. We've been seeing people calling the police on black people for like minor things. They're scared, ooh, she's threatening me. Like the bird watching girl in New York City called the police, totally lied, you know what I mean? Got it on film, luckily. So it's just crazy. And the police in the last, 20 days have killed 120 people, I believe. I don't know if today is a new day, so they've killed more, and so I think that it's an important thing to talk about, an important thing to discuss. And I think just in general, it's important for you guys to be educated. Like, please don't let Fox News and CNN be your source of news during this time. I never thought I'd have to say that to people. Really? Come on, do better. Educate yourself, watch videos. These people aren't showing the videos of who's burning these places down, the peaceful protests. They're not showing any of that. They're not telling you that Black Lives Matter has organized only a few of these peaceful protests, and every single one they've organized and they've gotten the permits for and everything have been totally peaceful. But they label every riot and everything Black Lives Matter. They label it. But the actual organization has only authorized a couple of protests, and they've all been peaceful, 100% peaceful. You can look that up as well on Google, Bing, or Yahoo. You know, but these news things will not tell you that. So please do your own research, do your own. And if you're in your own bubble and like you've never been exposed to this stuff, like they probably followed you around because you can't fathom it. Like when I'm telling you my experiences, you probably would never. I've had other experiences, the police following me and then pulling me over. I asked them why. They couldn't tell me. They told me something. I was like, with all due respect, because I'm scared, I'm not trying to get shot. You talk back to them and they'll shoot you for that. Or just escalate the situation. So I was like, with all due respect, I did put on my turn signal because I knew you guys were following me, so I wanted to be extra lawful, so there was no reason, you know, for me to be stopped. But I was like, if you check the, you know, your dash cam, you'll definitely see me turn my turn signal on. And they were like, well, be lucky you didn't get a ticket. Gave me my thing back and left. And that's another story. That's a whole other story. But they basically couldn't tell me why they pulled me over. They just thought I looked suspicious, I guess. I don't know. And a lot of times they're a little bit taken aback because I speak, I guess, eloquently or whatever, so they don't really expect it. They're kind of expecting a rough interaction, but I just don't give it to them because I already know what they're looking for, whatever. But, you know, when Black people are telling you these experiences, it's not for you to be like, no, that's not true, or that just only happened to you. It's like, it's happened to a lot of people. 5 Black people were hung this week alone. This week alone, 5 different Black people across the country have been lynched. One of them was on the sheriff's station. I said, they all talking about ruling all of them as suicide at the same. All of them are just a suicide, right? Okay. So if that's true, release the cam footage. You have cameras, right? At the police station, right? Release the footage. If I see him climbing up there, hooking himself up and doing that to himself, you're totally in the clear. How come you haven't done that yet? If I was the police department as PR, as communications director, I would be eager to prove that this wasn't me. But they have yet to release anything, right? But it was a suicide. 5 different people across the country in city halls and town halls and those things. It's a statement, sweetie. Things are getting very bad. And with that being said, the NBA, where does that leave the NBA? Where does that leave us in general as far as restarting the NBA? There have been people that have been saying that they shouldn't restart it because it's a distraction to everything going on as far as racism. And then people are on the other side of it, like, it's not a distraction. We can actually use that platform to help bring awareness to what's going on. And I kind of see it both ways. I think that it is a distraction, point blank period, because there's a lot of people right now that are saying that it won't be a distraction just because they want basketball back. They miss basketball. I do too. Oh my gosh, I miss basketball so much. At the same exact time, I can sit here and acknowledge that there's a lot going on right now, and most of the league's players are African American or Black, right? So this affects them directly, affects their family, affects their sons, affects their daughters, and it's a traumatic time seeing this stuff happen over and over the last 2 months. I mean, we've seen it all our lives, but the last 2 months it's really been happening. It's a little bit traumatic to just take in, and so to expect people to just be like, well, just get over it, bro. It's not that deep. Just, it didn't happen to you. Really got, you know, it's a little tough to say that and to see you guys saying that when, you know, you just don't really understand. You just haven't lived through anything like that at all, and it's just not your experience. So it's weird for you to be like, well, just shut up. Just get back to playing. Like, who cares? We don't care. It's a little bit weird. It's a little, dare I say, insensitive. I don't know. All right, my battery's about to die, so I had to, let me fix this. Okay. But basically, on the other side of things, I do think that it could bring about a lot of awareness because a lot of people are going to be tuning in to watch. So yeah, of course it has the potential to help. You know what I mean? Players can use their salaries to help, which to me, I mean, you're multimillionaires. This remainder of this season is not that damaging to where like you didn't have the money to donate before. You could have donated before. Even if the season doesn't restart, you have money to donate. So I don't get why they're like, we can't do it without having the season resume. I guess you can. You live in how big of a man? You can. But regardless, I think this can bring a lot of awareness. It's just that I already know you guys. I already know people, the audience. They're gonna get very tired of it very quickly. It's just so annoying. Why is it always about race? Yada, 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 which is just crazy because it's like you watch this sport that has been driven by this race. They've been profiting off of black bodies from the jump. And black culture and you know, basketball culture and hip hop kind of are together. If it's any music genre that really fits with the sport of basketball, it's definitely hip hop, definitely rap, and once again, that's just black culture. Iverson changed the culture of the NBA, as we all know. If you don't know, you know, you could look that up, but you know what I mean? Just his fashion, his swag, his style, all black culture, you know what I mean? And just in general, the players, most of them have been black and yada yada. So, you know, for a league that has really just thrived and profited. I mean, think about it. People are like, well, the black people have made so much off of the NBA. Imagine how much more the owners and those people have made off of these people running around on their little court. They would never afford to give that much to the players if they weren't making 20 times as much. So they've profited in a major way off of these people and these athletes, black athletes. So it's the least that they can do to bring awareness to these things, I think. It's just that I already know y'all are gonna get really tired of it. I already know it's gonna be like, ugh, I don't feel like talking about this anymore. They keep on bringing it up. I just wanna see LeBron dunk. LeBron has 2 black sons raising in this country. You know, like I wish y'all would care about these people like you care about the entertainment they bring you know? That's just me, but then again, I'm just someone who kind of, you know, I'm not really ever one to just be like, shut up and dribble, boy. Just be quiet and sing. Like, I'm never really one like that. I don't know if I just care about people. I don't know, this is just me personally. But I just never was one to be like that. So sometimes you guys are like that, I guess. I don't know. You know, that's just on you. It's cool. But for me, it's kind of weirds me out. It's a little bit weird. Like, you know, when I see a celebrity on the street and they don't take a picture of me, whatever color, I'm not like, oh my gosh, they're so stuck up. It's like they have a family, they have a life. You know, they're not just there. They don't just exist to entertain and please me. That's just how I think. But once again, you know, some people, for them, like, celebrities are their personal, like, entertainers. And if they don't entertain them at all hours of the day, then they're just useless. Like, that's how y'all think. That's on you. I don't know. But for me, I tend to think of people as people. So it's just a little bit different in our cognition. That's just it. But in general, should they bring the season back? As far as racial things go, it's a 50-50. In the next video I'm gonna upload, because this one is way too long already, but I'm gonna talk about, should they restart just in general, just the little guidelines they did. They talking about setting up a whole resort and stuff and all. So I have an opinion on that. Should they even restart just basketball wise? I'll let y'all know. So stay tuned for that video, unless a lot of y'all left and unsubscribed because I guess, I don't know. You know how people do. I'm unsubscribing. I can't believe she stepped out. Okay. Let me know what you guys think. This is an open dialogue, y'all, because I know a lot of y'all have just yet to be exposed to this type of stuff you guys don't know. If you guys need some more information, look on my Instagram, The Splash Squad. I posted a long video over there just talking about the protests and the riots. That's it. It was strictly facts. It was no emotion, strictly facts. So you can argue it if you want, but you're arguing with a fact, with a video, right? So it showed undercover cops starting fires, and they were identified. And that means starting fires and riots. Undercover cops. I'm like, why would they want to start? Oh, are they trying to hijack the narrative? Oh, maybe. I don't. Look it up on my Instagram if you want to see that. Yes, but anyway, video's coming back and starting back up. I'm back in the state, not my home state, but my state now. So I can make videos and everything, and yeah. So let me know what y'all think about everything going on, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.